What is your definition of successful?
How much you're trading for that time.
Multi-global, is that a thing?
A little chaos in the house.
When there's so many different ways.
Or you're doom scrolling.
Well, hello!
Hello.
Well, that's apparently how we start all these, is with a hello. Like we've never...
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going great. You know, you've been hanging out all day.
We haven't been hanging out.
Yeah, we are now introducing everyone into a little room.
Yeah.
A little room. We are going to talk about what successful people do. What's like their habits and what helps them be successful.
Right.
What would you think would be like something that successful people do?
I would imagine that successful people would...
Don't cheat off the notes either.
Am I looking at notes?
No, there's notes. They don't know there's notes. There's notes, so don't cheat off the notes.
No, I won't be cheating off the notes. I think that being successful, there are just certain habits that you would need, like scheduling your time.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Gotta
that's
be
a
organized.
big one. Organization is major.
Mm-hmm.
And being like just really responsible with your time management and your finances and you know, just being like on point.
On point. What is your definition of successful? Of success?
Oh, God. That's a really good question. My definition of its success would be in business or just in life?
What's your definition of success?
Okay. Being able to create a life around doing the things that I love with the people that I love.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
What's yours?
That's nice. Kind of the same thing, but I mean, the simple definition of success is just having a goal and achieving that goal. That depending on what the goal is, regardless. But I think a lot of times nowadays people have really put success on like a material and money and all the when there's so many different ways. Like I used to think growing up, you've been in my parents' house and all that, and I was always like, well, they don't really have much, but for them, from where they come up and what they wanted, they're very successful because what they've wanted is exactly that: a family and a house, and be supported and be able to retire and not struggle completely. They don't have everything in the world, but they're not doing terrible. They have retirement and everything. So no, they're very successful. It just looks different from what the world wants you to think is successful.
Yeah, everybody has their own definition.
Yeah, so no matter what your definition and level of success would be, I think these are going to be some very good tips and habits that people can introduce very easily into their life. And these come from very successful people, like billionaires and people that have built multi-global, is that a thing? universal businesses. But yeah, these are great. So this was just something that was like, if you need any tips, this was something I was thinking about. Like I was number one thinking about, like, what do these people do? What is something I can implement in my life that may not be everything to here, but I can slowly start putting 1 and 2 in there that helps progress us throughout what we're doing.
Right.
And I think the number one thing throughout all this for us is just your discipline of getting it all done. We can give you all these tips all day and do all this stuff and the same thing, but you have to get it done.
You have to actually do it.
You have to actually do it. And one of the first ones is one you love. It's waking up early. Waking up early, which is, I really don't mind that much, but waking up early.
I wake up early.
Because I wake up and the alarm goes off. But
No.
I don't like it. I don't enjoy it, but it's something I have to do because I've learned over time that in those first couple hours in the morning, number one, most people are still asleep. There's not as much traffic. Places aren't as busy. And if you're someone that runs a business or handles a business, then I think it's a great time to get a lot of stuff done before you get interrupted. And I believe that's one of the biggest things about it is like when you do it, you can definitely get all the hard stuff out of the way first and get all your business rolling already before if your wife or your kids or wakes up or your other business people start hitting you up.
Yeah.
So you can wake up early if you need to go work out, if that's something you want to do, if you're really into that, wake up and you can go get your cardio done, get your workout done early, just so that way it's already done. Because once life and everything else starts rolling, a lot of things get in the way.
That's very true.
So that's one reason I like it.
I like it because I get up early. And on
Early
the weekends,
for you, yes.
On the weekends, I get up way earlier than you. I'm the
A
one that's
lot of
awake
them,
and
yes.
You're sleeping
Yes,
in.
used to.
So, but I wake up early. I get up around 5 typically, And
That's
I'll,
early
like,
enough.
yeah, and I'll get right on the computer and I'll just like
You get
start
stuff
going
done.
and like handling things. Yeah.
Yeah, you also hear the stories nowadays of the internet. People are like, I get up at 4:30 or 3:30 in the morning to go do this, and my breathing, and it's like,
No.
if you have a luxury of that, but I think most of that stuff's bullshit. And number one, if you wake up that early, you got to go to bed at like 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that trade-off doesn't work. If it works out for you, that's great for that person, but for me, that trade-off doesn't work. So 4 a.m. is pushing a little early, but I do get up at 4 a.m. because I have to. And then 5 a.m. is like, 6 a.m. is like, all right, I can get up at that time and go get stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
Still get some sleep. Well, it's not too early. Number 2 is going to be execute relentlessly.
Execute, like
The plan.
the
The plan, yeah.
I was gonna say, are we
Killing people?
heads? Like, what's going on here?
So what to do is, like, first, when you wake up first thing in the morning, set your 3 most important tasks and get those done one right after the other. So you want to do everything that's the most important. Go ahead and set that, but make sure you're getting it done. Like, that's the thing. Number 1, you got to wake up. Wake up. I don't know how much. I feel like a lot of people really will say, I'm going to wake up tomorrow, and I do this. I used to do this a lot. Wake up tomorrow and then sleep through it. It's really hard to get up and get out of bed, especially with you and cats laying in bed. The bed is so comfortable, especially if you don't get enough sleep.
Yeah.
So, but you have to. It's very important. Once you get up and you start doing it, things happen. So then you sit down to your task. You have to get everything done. So your plan needs to be executed. Your task needs to be executed.
Yeah.
Do you have anything with that one?
No, I definitely think that making a to-do list for the day, like keeping a schedule and like writing down like the night before or the day before, like everything that needs to get done the following day, and making sure that as you're going, like you're checking things off, because once you check everything off, then you have that sense of accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
And that really does help to motivate you or keep you consistent and
Yeah.
for the next day and the next day. And then the next thing you know, it's like it's just part of your routine. It's something you do.
Yeah, and I've said it. I've done that back in the past, and that was like my most productive time I've ever been. Is I had a little journal, carried around, write 3 to 5 things every day that had to get done. And the trick with that, if you want to do that, start real simple. Like, seriously, start like make your bed, put that on the fucking list, and then do 5, 10, 20, 50 push-ups, put that on a list. Go to the grocery store, can go on the list, because at the beginning you're building habits, and that's what you want. And then it becomes a game to where no matter what happens that day, you have to get these 5 done. They can't transfer to the next day. So that's a good little tip that I used to like a lot. Next one will be protect your time aggressively. Your time is very, very important, and it's one of the things you never can ever get back.
Yeah.
So if you waste it, it's gone forever. You waste some money, you can make more money. You can never bring more time back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that or realize that, like how much you're trading for that time. Whether it's doing something productive, super productive,
Mm-hmm.
or you're doom scrolling, or you know what I mean, like you're.
It sucks you in quick.
Yeah.
Sucks you in real quick. And then also with you doing those, when you have your time protected and you have, like you were saying, things scheduled and blocked out, it helps create less stress.
Yeah.
When there's the plan in motion and things are going, there's less stress because things are not so chaotic and you're not overstepping.
Yeah, you're like, well, how do I find the time to do this?
It's already here.
Get this in? Yeah, it's already on your schedule. It's already there.
And as you get better at it, you can start scheduling out time blocking more smaller clips, smaller chunks. You go from an hour, then the 45 minutes to a half hour. Then you can do 5 minutes of your entire day all the way through if you wanted to. If you want to get that crazy, you could do that. But with that one, you got to have clear goals also. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these people, a lot of the successful people we're talking about, they always have a clear goal. And if all your studies, if you read and do these and research a lot with trying to figure out how to achieve these goals, clear goals, the clearer the goal you have, the more likely you can actually get there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 100%. Because if you were saying earlier, your lovely analogy. So if you have a GPS and you just put in like a general city, like you'll get to the city. But if there's someplace specific within there you want to go, like how are you going to get there?
Yeah,
you need to know exactly where it is that you want to
go.
Yeah.
And another thing is, like they say, if you can visualize yourself already in that position, it's probably one of the best things you can do. Mm-hmm. And I've said that's how I always felt back in the day with things that I really wanted to do. I would always, like, if I could already see myself there was no question. Like, oh, I'm already there. Like, number one, your confidence is already there because you already feel like, yeah, I can do this. I want to do this. I already feel comfortable here, so you can do it. So, yeah, I feel like that's a really good, have clear goals is fantastic.
Yeah, and also it really does help you sort of break down exactly how to get there. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
the clearer you are, just the
Yeah,
more
and
focused you can be.
And with that too, you can set multiple goals. So set like a year to 5-year goal, 1-year goal, 90-day goal, 60-day goal. And if you break those down, they should all lead up to that big goal. And what you always say, which is really, really good, is that the goal never changes, but sometimes the way to get there will have to change just because it does. But the goal should never change. So if you set a goal, it stays the same, but sometimes in the path, it might have to change, but the goal stays the same.
Yeah, you got to stay flexible on how you get there.
Yeah.
You just got to get there.
You got to get there. That's a great one, And embrace discomfort. Because I feel like once you can get into that point where you start getting excited about stuff that's going to challenge you and learning a new skill instead of looking like an idiot, doing all these things, you really get a superpower. I do believe that, because the number one thing when I was younger, I was always really self-conscious, and I was always really scared to make a mistake. And and I've learned as I got older, that was the dumbest shit ever, because if I just sit in this comfort zone, I'm going to be the same person with the same amount of money doing the same stuff until I change something. Nothing else is going to change.
Right.
So you have to make that change, and it's always uncomfortable. So when it starts feeling uncomfortable and you get a little nervous, it's kind of the best time to jump. Yeah.
It's how you know that you're onto something and something's changing.
Mm-hmm.
You get a little uncomfortable. That's where you go.
Yeah, you start getting like, I'm excited, but I'm not sure. I'm excited, but I'm not sure. And I always look at,
oh my God, this is scary as hell. What am I doing? Like, just do it.
Just do it.
Just
And if for some reason it may fail, you can usually come back to where you were. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Limit distractions. So what would be a big distraction for you?
You.
Oh, I'm a good distraction though. But then for real,
distractions for me are, like things like little chaos in the house.
Doom scrolling?
Yeah, it can be. I don't doom scroll as much as
I get sucked in easy. I got some stuff I like.
Yeah, I try to limit that.
Yeah, you're good at that.
As much as possible. Like if I'm on
Pinterest
social media,
gets you.
I'm on Pinterest.
Window shopping.
In between sets at the gym.
Terrible idea.
Because I don't want to look around at people, and I just want to have my head down. And then I do it like when you're on the computer and you're editing, and I'm like, I don't have anything else to do, so I'll just sit there and I'll go on Pinterest and
I think it's adorable.
Create my vision board. And,
I think it's
create
adorable.
My new life.
It's funny.
But yeah, so social media can be super distracting, so you have to just watch things like that, and it's also the comparison aspect of things that can really sort of hinder where you're going as well.
Yeah, so. That, and no matter how much you think, and I've definitely seen this, I've told you about this, the stuff that I'm into, I like trying to want to try to build whatever algorithm is feeding me into good healthy stuff that I like, but no matter what, that thing will feed me the drama that's in the world and the stuff that's in the world. So that's how the doom scrolling gets so addictive. Like I'll be watching stuff for music or funny stuff or something else, and then all of a sudden starts feeding me random stuff that I was like, how did I even get here? And then I got to get out. So be careful with that doom scrolling stuff, right? Distractions are a killer.
Yeah, it just sucks. Again, it goes back to your time.
Yeah. And it's talking about what you consume, surround yourself with very high level people, or people at least that are at your level and above.
Yeah. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
100%. It's very awkward at first, but you want to be around people that really support you and really make you want to do better. Mm-hmm. And if you are around people that talk to you like what you're doing is a bad idea, I mean, some ideas can be bad. They talk down to you. Why would you want to do that? Or what's the point in that? Or that's never going to work. You can get away from those people.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you want people that want to ask you questions about it and want to be excited about your ideas.
Yeah.
Like, I want to build a tower of pizza nachos. And like, well, what do you want to use? What type of pizza?
Right.
Something random.
I love that quote, like, you can't ask directions from people who've never been there.
100%.
And so people that have a tendency to be like, well, why would you want to do that, are the ones that are trying to hold you back because they're not willing to do it themselves. Yeah. And so you definitely want to surround yourself with people that are there or beyond so that you can learn something and that you can grow and like have sort of that I'm trying to remember what they're called. It's like a visual like capacitator or something, where it's like someone that embodies the things that you want.
Oh, okay.
Or has the job that you want, or has that lifestyle that you want, or like how, you know what I mean? So that's that person, that ultimate person for you that you can see like, this is actually possible. If it's possible for them, it's possible for me. And that really does help to motivate as well and kind of like get that fire going, and you can start to learn from people like that. Like, how did they get there?
One thing that's not on the list too, and you just remind me of that, is that like you have to do the advice also the people give you.
Oh yeah, you can't just listen to it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got the advice.
And then don't do it or asshole it.
Yeah.
Which you ask someone how to do it, they tell you, then you go do something completely different. Like, try it. If it doesn't work, move along. But if they tell you to do these things and you actually listen and do them, they're probably going to work. They might be hard and they might be weird and they might be some shit that you don't want to do at first.
Super uncomfortable.
But that's probably what they did, and probably won't lie to you. And if they do, they're an asshole. So, I got nothing on that one.
Well, usually the people that are doing better than you aren't the ones that are going to want to see you fail. They're going to want to help you.
Mm-hmm. Most people that have been there before kind of understand, and they're kind of going to give you real direction. I would never give anybody like intentional bad direction.
Right.
You know, because I understand, and I want to give you the stuff that's going to help you avoid the 22 years that I had to fight through myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can give you stuff right now that's 22 years experience of this thing that it's going to sound awful and you're not going to know how to do it, but I promise you, if you put the effort in, you'll skip all kinds of shit. Mm-hmm. You know, that's a lot. You can learn a lot. Save a lot of time by talking to people who have done it too.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to reach out. Just don't be an asshole about it. True, right? Like, you got to be cordial and you got to learn how to talk to people. Mm-hmm. Don't send an email that says hello. Controlled emotional state. What does that mean to you? Control emotional state.
It means I need to get my emotions under control.
Mm-hmm. Why would that be?
Typically, when you are emotional, you make rash decisions, right? So maybe you want to take a break, take a pause, and calm down before proceeding in something that you might be upset about, or might be distressed about, or frustrated, or all the things that I get every day, all day long.
I take it as sometimes you're going to read the situation or response straight emotionally when that's not at all what it is. So sometimes, especially in business, there is no emotion in business. There should never be emotional in business. Things are straight, should be facts and numbers, and that should be easy, so you should be able to but that's not how humans really work. A lot of times, if something is said or something's done, take a second or 15 seconds. Whatever it takes for you to actually figure out in your head what you want to say in the right way, that's going to be productive and fix or solve or be some kind of level out that situation. You know what I mean? Don't come out with, you're a fucking idiot, what are you doing, with da-da-da. You can do that, but I don't feel like that's going to be productive.
Yeah. Calm yourself. It also helps with your stress and things if you take a breath and, you start to get overwhelmed with things, like, especially if you're like starting a business and things can get overwhelming. You can get a little frustrated. You can kind of freak out. Like, it's good to just take a breath, relax. Don't take things out on your team.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
The good thing is, like, that will help, like, create stronger relationships also when you actually can talk to people and express how things are going. And if even someone else is in an emotional state, you can help them. It helps with building leadership. Also, if you are the leader or if you're trying to build a company or something, it helps building that. And it helps with, like you said, stress relief is a really good one. So you don't get so stressed for these like little things that really shouldn't be a big deal. And they really help complete like performance. They really get shit done. When you start getting emotional and stuff, you get frantic. And it's actually proven too, when you get angry and emotional, that your intelligence drops a little bit.
Yeah.
So you can make just dumbass decisions when you're mad. And think long term. Instead of thinking short term or next day, or I got to get this thing done tomorrow, this is good. Start thinking long term. Like, I feel like Americans are bad at this, and this is just, I don't want to lump all Americans in, but I feel like compared to like Japan and the ancienter civilizations, ancienter, is that a word?
More ancient?
The more ancient? Mm-hmm. Which one's correct?
Not ancienter. That's
I like
not a word.
ancienter. Let's go with the West Virginia version.
Okay.
The ancienter version. All right. Ancient civilizations, they've been around longer. They're better with doing long-term, 50 years, 100 years. They plan on things like that in a lot of places. We are so very now, all the time. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's just where I'm from, and maybe it's just here. But if you know anything different than that, but I believe we're a lot more fast. Yeah. Try to do long-term stuff. A year, like I said, for a year, 5 years, 10-year plan. All right, Kate, hope that helps you out. Hope you'll now be successful. For my own goodwill there.
Yeah, for your own benefit.
Yeah, but anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope some of this helps. If you have any other tips or anything, please let us know. Send us some stuff. If you got any questions, let us know. Got any ideas for other videos? Anything you want us to look up and check out and research? Anything at all. We are always down for video ideas.
100%.
100%. So anything on the way out, Kate. about being successful tips, real quick.
No, these are all really great habits and tips, but they're not going to do you any good if you don't implement them. So you got to do it. You got to do the work. You got to put in the work.
Yeah. Make it a priority. Get the shit done. Until next time.